Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. In compliance with the directive of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, I have declared a suspension of offensive police operations against the Communist Party of the Philippines, the New People's Army, and the National Democratic Front, effective past midnight today, December 23, 2019, until 11:59 p.m. of January 7, 2020. Under the SOPO declaration, all police units shall refrain from initiating combat police operations against the NPA. However, the SOPO shall not cover normal police law enforcement and public safety operations against criminality, illegal drugs, and terrorism, including but not limited to the service of warrants of arrest, search warrants, and other judicial processes, and enforcement of laws that prohibit unlawful possession of firearms, explosives, and other illegal items. All PNP units are instructed to be vigilant in the performance of their duties to prevent any untoward incident resulting from hostile actions of domestic threat groups and criminal organizations. The SOPO shall be without prejudice to actions aimed at protecting the people and the communities. All units shall implement active and passive measures as necessary to deter and or prevent the NPA from taking advantage of the SOPO. Recognizing the inherent right to self-defense, all units must remain on guard and maintain a high state of operational readiness to respond to enemy hostile actions. The SOPO shall be observed and respected by all units and personnel of the Philippine National Police. All PNP units in Luzon and Visayas remain on full alert condition to ensure the readiness of the PNP units in responding to police emergencies and contingencies during the holiday season. Mindanao, on the other hand, is still under martial law, with all 6 Mindanao-based PNP units on constant alert in support of the AFP. The series of separate explosions in Cotabato last night has prompted PNP units in the area to step up target hardening measures to protect soft targets, vital government installations, and public establishments against similar hostilities. At the same time, investigations are underway to possibly identify the suspects behind these explosions. Thank you.
Sir, and we are now, the officer in charge is now ready for your questions. First question, Ate.
General, good morning. Ann Soberano po of Bombo Radio Philippines. Sir, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sir, do we have any motive doon sa pagsabog sa North Cotabato? At yung nasa likod, sir, anong grupo po ba? Ito po ba ay BIFF or mga alleged group lang na nangingiki lang po sa gobyerno?
Okay.
Motive?
It's too early to conclude, no? Although there were a series of bombings that happened, IED and grenade explosions, we have not determined yet, no, as of yet, but investigation is continuing. We are careful in our assessment because, it might have other implications. That's why we want to be sure whether what's the motive and who are the perpetrators of all this. But nevertheless, we have warned our troops to be alert on this, especially those areas that are affected in Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and that of Region 12.
Sir, nag-declare kasi si Pangulo ng unilateral ceasefire. At yung insidente po na pagsabog sa North Cotabato ay may mga reports, sir, na parang pananabotahe din daw po ito, sir.
We cannot also conclude that it has something to do with the CPP, NPA, NDF faction or forces that has perpetrated these bombings. There are no conclusive There are no conclusive facts that would determine that it is so. However, I'd like to point out that just this morning at 9:20 in the morning at Barangay Singon, Tubungan in Iloilo, there was an initial report that there was an IED ambush of our troops for the 1st Iloilo Mobile Force Company on board their patrol vehicle. Troops were able to get out from the killing zone, and Patrolman Galve and Police Staff Sergeant Lindo were slightly wounded on the face. This is probably the first atrocities that has happened despite the declaration of a unilateral ceasefire on the part of government.
Sir, kagagawa po ba ng NPA yan?
Initially kasi nagkaroon ng massive operations doon for the past few days, at ang pinupursue namin are the communist local terrorists, no, the NPAs. And probably there's a very big possibility na kanila ito.
Sir, with this, sir, mga insidenteng ganito, sir, kayo po ba ay nasa offensive mode or defensive mode?
Ito naman is, as you have said, as I have said, the PNP would always be alert, no? But definitely we cannot go on the offensive because of our declaration, no?
Defensive.
Because on the part of the government, we declared it and we will abide by it.
So nasa defensive mode tayo, sir?
Yes, defensive mode, pero we will still be actively monitoring them. No?
Sir, message niyo, sir.
Probably hindi tactical offensive. Kasi yun yung precisely ang purpose ng ceasefire, no? That we will not go for tactical offensives.
Special instructions, sir, ngayon sa mga field units natin, sir, lalo na po doon sa mga areas na NPA-infested areas, sir.
As much as possible, make yourself as hard targets, no? Do not give the enemy a chance to take advantage. Kasi unilateral ngayon, hopefully it's reciprocal. Hopefully the New People's Army, CPP and NDF would also observe the same.
Good morning, sir. Happy New Year po. Sir, dun sa possible resumption po ng peace talk, sir, the government official were divided, sir. Of course, it's oxymoron to say that the NPA were for peace when they continued to conduct atrocities. Where do we stand from that?
The President has directed the peace talks, no? And we respect it at that, no? Nagdeklara na yung Commander-in-Chief, then all government units and employees, or for that matter, the armed forces, the armed component of the government should also support that.
Sir, with the unilateral ceasefire, sir, how about yung manhunt operation do sa mga leaders po ng MP na napalaya po sa Jasig? Continue po ba to o pending muna for the meantime?
Although there are no specific guidelines, kasi as we understand it, these are tactical offensives, no? Tactical offensive. The implementation of warrants of arrest, the implementation of search warrants are purely law enforcement functions.
Sir, dun sa mga rebel-infested areas na barangay, so far, sir, ilan pa po yung mga barangay na target nating maklear?
I cannot have that specific. I think it's 782, I think. 782 are highly influenced barangay.
Hi, Sir Pat, TV5. Sir, does the PNP trust that the NPA will abide by the ceasefire?
Well, it's unilateral. We're with the government, and it will really depend on them. But as we trust them, we would not have declared a ceasefire if we don't trust them.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully they will encourage us to trust them also.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good morning po from DZMM. Sir, dahil po dun sa nangyaring mga pagpapasabog, meron po bang recommendation ng PNP na ipa-extend pa ang martial law?
As of yet, those explosions has not disturbed our previous recommendation that the ceasefire would end of this year. Martial law, rather. Martial law, you're asking? Martial law? Yeah, we haven't changed our stand for the martial law. Still, our recommendation is to end it by December 31 of this year.
Sir, good morning. So basically, sir, with what happened in Cotabato last night, sir, can you give us a general security situation, or sir, in Mindanao, and for us here in Metro Manila, threats or anything else this Christmas, sir, holidays?
If you can see the targets of the explosions, it had not really inflicted that much casualty required for a very strong statement of those who did it. So basically, ang sinabi naman namin sa mga troops namin doon is be extra alert and make yourselves nga as a hard target, and kung pwede mag-offensives tayo, no? Apply for search warrants or warrants of arrest on possible groups who are possibly perpetrating this.
But sir,
But generally, Mindanao is still peaceful.
tayo sir dito sa Metro Manila, sir, may threat ba tayong nakikita na monitor?
As of yet, we have not received, but of course, our monitoring is continuing because it's really a fact that a lot of threat groups might take advantage of the Yuletide season kasi iniisip nila na nagre-relax yung mga armed component ng gobyerno dahil Yuletide, but of course, the Philippine National Police is on a full alert status all throughout the country.
Sir, siguro yung message na lang sa public ngayon, given with what happened last night, sir, yung assurances that you're there and we're safe.
Okay, we are assuring the public that the Philippine National Police will always be here to protect you even this Yuletide season. Despite the explosions that had happened in Mindanao, rest assured that the Philippine National Police is doing its best effort to identify the perpetrators and possibly prevent all those things from happening again in the next few days or for the Yuletide season. Rest assured that our forces are intact, we are on full alert, and we are here to protect you. But I encourage the community to also help us. Any information that could lead to investigation or that could lead to preemptive actions on the part of the Philippine National Police, we would like to encourage the public to help us. Give us appropriate information as soon as you have it, as soon as you obtain it. Please give it to the authorities so that we can take the necessary action. All of these things are geared towards making a safe and enjoyable Yuletide season.
Good morning, J. Mark Dagala, DWIZ. Sir, may statement si Secretary Anyo na yung mga NPA leaders na napatay sa Quezon City last week, yun daw po yung ilan sa mga assassins daw ng Duterte administrations, lalo na yung mga nasa hit list nila. Paano po tayo magre-react dito since umiiral na nga po itong SOPO, and kung ganito pa rin po yung mga pag-atake nila, especially sa mismong araw po nung anniversary nila sa December 26.
Okay. Yung nangyari doon dito sa Metro Manila no, on the high ranking CPP, NPA personalities, it was a service of a search warrant. No? So nag-serve lang, search warrant of arrest. No? It was a service of a warrant of arrest. That's why we are saying that any member of the CPP-NPA who has a warrant of arrest will always be implemented on the part of the Philippine National Police.
Hello, Aaron sir. Sir, reaction lang kasi may survey, latest survey na 8 of 10 Filipinos are satisfied with drug war, but parang there appears to be a problem when it comes dun sa non-laban claims. Any reaction, sir?
Okay, of course, we go to the favorable satisfaction of the Filipinos. But yung nanlaban kasi, it has been parang na-stereotype na, no? And then, yun na yung tumatakbo sa utak ng mga Pilipino. But we would like to contest that, no? Because kung nakikita nyo naman, hindi naman ganun ang what's real, the real situation on the field, no? Hindi na ganun yung kadaming namamatay sa drug war. As a matter of fact, sinasabi ko nga, the Philippine National Police is geared towards accomplishing more on the high value targets. And all of you see that, no? So, siguro yung mga na-interview na stereotype lang nila because it has been their impression, but as of yet, the real situation today is not so.
Pero sir, since this is a matter of parang, as you were saying, more on perception eh. So, how do we intend to address this, to inform na the Filipinos na hindi ganito, mali yung pagkakaintindi nila?
Okay. Kung i-compare ang nakikita kasi nila is yung mga nababalita lang ano na who died in police operations. But they don't have a figure on how many were actually arrested. No, there were around 200,000 already arrested, more than 200,000, and that's running. No, at kung makita nyo, kayo mismo na nasa beat ng PNP would know na marami ding nahuli ng PNP, no, na hindi naman namamatay.
Any other questions for the Kath?
Good morning, sir. Sir, yung sa NPA assassins po, dun sa napatay sa QC, is this not a cause of concern sa public? Kasi it means na NPA assassins are here in Metro Manila na, considering na yun nga po, merong dalawang hinihinala po na namatay po dun sa, dalawang hinihinalang assassins na namatay po dun sa QC.
The personalities came from from Region 3, no? Area of Region 3. And it so happened na nandito sila. Kaya nga ang sinasabi ko, hindi yun na offensive ng PNP in terms of tactical. It was purely a service of a warrant of arrest. No? So, siguro to some degree it would give us an idea, but we're not threatened by that.
Sir, sabi nyo kanina merong attack suspected na NPA yung may kagagawan doon sa attack po sa police. What happens to the ceasefire with the NPA if ma-confirm natin na NPA nga po yung may gawa nun?
We will count it as a violation on their part, no? But although ang sinasabi nga namin unilateral ito, no? And I hope they would declare also the same, so that magbilangan kami kung ilan ang mga violation, no? But as of yet, we cannot because they have not committed to the ceasefire yet.
Pero may definitive action ba tayo, sir, pag confirmed nga po na NPA yung may gawa nun?
The most probably is we file criminal cases against them. Pero hindi naman kami mag-offensive dahil inoffensive. It is a violation of what we promised to the people.
Pero not necessarily mahihinto yung ceasefire until January 7?
We are not in the position yet to recommend that that should be canceled because of this incident.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So if that's their declaration, then 1-0.
Sir, follow-up lang. Sir, do you still expect more attacks from NPA gaya sa Iloilo, even with the unilateral ceasefire?
We don't, no? Because they have already declared. We declared on our part. So if we go to the spirit of the Yuletide season, which is the main reason why we're doing this, I hope they will observe also.
Thank you, sir.
Ay, sir, for this year, sir, we've seen a lot of procurement sa PNP at saka yung humabol nga yung body cams. For next year, sir, ano yung parang nasa shopping list ng PNP na gusto nyo pang madagdag to reinforce yung operational capability?
Yes, ang nag-grant kasi this next year, no? Actually, the Bids and Awards Committee are opening the bids now for calendar year 2020. We expect procurement of still basic equipment of the PNP, firearms, long and short vehicles, to fill up our very much not yet on a high percentage of fill up in terms of our equipment.
Pero sir, yung plan na parang may narinig ako na fixed wing, wala pang...
We have not successfully pursued that in the General Appropriations Act for 2020. Hopefully, if we can insert it as a supplemental budget next year, in the middle of the year, then we're still hoping for it. But the PNP has now 7 helicopters delivered and can be used now. And there'll be 3 more coming next year. So yun muna yung tinitingnan namin. Kasi these are completed contracts and we're just awaiting for the delivery of the last 3 to complete our 10-unit air unit. 10 helicopters for our air unit.
Sir, last on my part. Sir, meron tayo na procure ng mga drones. So, ano yung preparations na ginagawa natin dito on who would maneuver it and how they will be used?
Basically, for issuance ng drones are the tactical units of the PNP. Pwede itong advance to prevent ambuscades, no? And to advance and get to enemy front lines so that may magandang information bago papasok ang tropa. So basically, ito ang gamit ng drone tactical. And of course, yung malakihan ng mga events, no, na dito sa Metro Manila or in some other areas in the Philippines, this can also aid the PNP in making aerial surveillance as part of preventive operational activities during big celebrations.
Pero at this point, sir, meron na bang trained to operate it?
Yes,
or
yes.
may
Actually,
nag-undergo na training?
we have already started using drones. I think last year pa. Last year pa, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Manny po. Sir, aside dun sa paghahabol sa mga HVTs, ano pa yung ibang mga program trust natin for next year?
Still, we continue our campaign against illegal drugs, no? Specifically on high-value targets. Second is, palagi ko nang ina-emphasize, is still internal cleansing, no? Not unless we're fully satisfied that we have really regained the trust of the community, then that's a time probably we slow down on it. But as of yet, we still have to continue our internal cleansing, campaign against illegal drugs, and of course, other law enforcement functions. Other law enforcement functions will still be pursued.
General pahabol po. Before po, hingin ko po yung Christmas and New Year message niyo, sir. Sir, ano po ang challenging na kinaharap ng PNP for 2019? Yung mga challenge po na kinaharap ng PNP for the year 2019, sir.
Yung pinakamalaking challenges is bumangon ulit, no? At alam natin ang pinagdaanan ng PNP. And I think in the past 2 months, we did our job. We were able to do what is expected of us. And pero yung pinaka-great challenge talaga is yung nabahiran yung reputasyon ng PNP. No? And I hope the public would help us, the community would help us by trusting us so that we are able to regain it again.
Sir, last Christmas message, sir, and New Year message po para sa...
Christmas message sa mga nasa community, mag-ingat kayo, no? Dahil siyempre kahit Pasko, maraming magti-take advantage ng sitwasyon, no? Kasi may mga pangangailangan din sila at ayaw nila kumuha ng pambili dito sa maayos na paraan. So be vigilant kasi maraming magti-take advantage. And to the rest of the community, let's enjoy the Yuletide season, no? And then sa mga kapulisan naman, full alert tayo, be vigilant. And as a matter of fact, you are obliged, no? Yung mga ibang kapulisan are obliged to report to the nearest police station come December 24 and December 31 to help our troops in maintaining peace and order in different localities. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presence this morning.